approval of the agenda. Everybody had a chance to look at it? You don't have to do that? Okay. So Palace Transit hours of service. We need to go over that a little bit more.
So to do a recap from our last meeting, we were awarded a shortage in our funding for the 5311 transit grant. The funding shortage was $300,757 or $5,070, $307,570. We've been trying to come up with ways to make up for that funding shortfall. One way was to not fill the one full-time position that we had open. And the next thing that and then we're watching our hours and what's going on. The next thing that we looked at is our weekend service time. We are finding that there's not very many riders that ride later in the evenings on Saturdays and Sundays. We did an 8-week snapshot, which is one of your forms that shows on Saturdays from 4 to 8 p.m. over the 8 weeks. We had 83 riders, so approximately 10 riders a day during that time frame. And then on Sundays from 2 to 5 p.m., we had 43 riders, so approximately 4 to 5 rides a day. Excuse me. So going over that, we looked at how many were wheelchair, how many of them were employment, social rec, church, those kind of things. And we feel that would be the best benefit for our transit service to cut service hours during that time to make up for part of that funding shortfall.
Anybody have any questions about that?
What are the hours that you're cutting?
On Saturdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and Sundays 2 to 5 p.m.
How much money will that save you?
With the token income versus just the driver expenses, over the 8 weeks, it was $1,307.60. And that was just the driver expense. That does not include the gas, the miles, any maintenance repair on the bus, that kind of stuff. That's just driver expenses, driver salary.
Can you repeat the hours?
Yep. It would be cutting Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. and Sunday 2 to 5 p.m. And those rides that I talked about were just one-way trips, so it might affect 5 passengers that are taking a round trip. For Saturdays, it was a lot of them were for church that have the Sunday church option, so they're still able to go.
That will affect us the most.
Correct.
At LifeQuest, as we do not have near enough staff to take people places, so they just won't get a go.
Correct. But like I said, a lot of them were for church.
Yeah, but they won't get to go to church now.
They go Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, these were going to the Catholic Church that has a Sunday night service and a Sunday morning service.
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Now can go Sunday morning.
Okay. I just want to.
Yep.
I need to send out an email to everyone.
Yep. It will affect when they go to church, but they can still go just the next morning instead of that evening service.
When would it take effect?
We would like it to take effect the beginning of the new year, so January 2nd, because we don't operate in the 1st.
And those without wheelchairs could still take the taxis.
Correct.
Services in town. It's just be the wheelchairs that it would really totally affect.
Do you have the number of wheelchairs? The wheelchairs over those 8 weeks was 31. 16 of those 31 were church, and 14 of them were for social rec. And that's because there was a group one time that went to the movies. Oh, yeah. That was on Saturday, sorry. On Sunday, there was 8 of them, and 2 were for work, and that was because it was a round trip, and the gentleman's work times just happened to change that one day over the 8 weeks, and then the other one was social rec.
Any other questions or comments about it?
I would move acceptance of the new hours for the transit system.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. I'll All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? Okay. And that will start January 1. Okay. Next on the agenda is the Palace Transit contracts.
These are what we are doing quarterly. We renew them quarterly, and we would like your approval to renew our next set of contracts that we do for transit. And this is for rides, advertising, that kind of stuff. This is so we're in compliance with the federal regulations.
Okay. Any questions regarding that?
It's pretty standard.
Yep.
Yeah.
So regular.
I'll motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All those opposed? Okay. I think that's all we needed to cover today.
Just a motion to adjourn, and we're done.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. I'll make the motion to adjourn.
And I'll say we're adjourned. How about that? Good to go.
Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Thank you. You guys all have Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you so much for coming over quick. I apologize. Time just got away from me. Thank you for calling me.
That worked out good. I'm glad you're across the street.
I know, right? Yeah.